Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this video, we are going to continue the unboxing journey. So for those of you that are just tuning into this one for the first time, you haven't seen the previous videos, you might want to check them out. What's going on is I finally moved all my stuff to this location, so I'm going through the moving boxes to show you guys what's there. Lots of people ask me what's in my collection all the time. Can we get a collection tour? You can't. It's all in moving boxes. So I'm going through it that way, and people wanted to see my collection. They want to know what I have. They want to know if I can review stuff. So I'm just going through it that way. It's just kind of like a fun little trip down memory lane. I'll give you a few comments on everything I pull out. It's like little mini reviews on all kinds of different things. In this box, we have a bunch of import figures, more import figures. Last week was import. This week is also import. But before we go into it though, we do have to do a sponsor spot. The sponsor is, as you might have guessed, Into the AM. Again, it's the graphic t-shirt people. I love this company and they keep wanting to give me money to do sponsor spots. I can't not do it. I love the product. I have so many of them at this point. They fit wonderfully. I love the way they fit. They're nice and tight around the arm. That's what I was trying to do. Nice tight neck, long, narrow waist. I'm tall. They don't sell tall sizes, but it fits wonderfully. It goes exactly where I would want to have it. Usually tall shirts are actually too long, but anyway, they fit perfectly. Very nice material. The printing, as you can see, is super colorful. I love the colors, and the quality of the print is as good as any I have ever seen. They're not telling me what to say, by the way. They've never told me anything to say other than like, this is the promotion we're having. Best shirts I've ever owned as far as graphic shirts go. They do have plain tees and other clothes too. Check that out. There is a link in the description below. It'll save you some money. You can click on that. I don't get anything if you click on it, by the way. It's just part of the thing. I'm getting paid to do this, but anyway, they are the best shirts I own. I wear almost exclusively these shirts now. I love them. They do have bundle deals. You buy 3 graphic tees, you get a better price. You buy 3 regular tees, you get a better price. They also have a t-shirt club where you just pay a less than a normal t-shirt price and you get a random shirt every month. You pay that price per month, but it's less. So you save money and you get a random shirt. Might be good for you. They have a lot of nice designs. A lot of nice designs. I love them. You guys... A lot of you have told me you love them too, so if you are buying these shirts, let me know in the comment section below which ones you got and how much you liked them. Alright, okay, let's get into the unboxing. So this box has a whole bunch of random imports in it, so we're just going to kind of dive in and see what we get. The first 2 things that are catching my attention are the Mafex Batman figures from Justice League. The 2 best Batman figures for the price of all time, maybe? Maybe. They're pretty expensive, but they're pretty damn good. That's what they look like. I have reviewed these relatively recently. It's in the modern review format, so that's something you might want to check out. But these both made top 10 lists, and they are excellent. The only reason I say maybe as far as some of the best figures of all time for Batman, they're really expensive. So, like a $20 DCSH Batman might take the cake just because it's only 20 bucks and it's comic based, but very, very nice figures. Some of Mafex's best work, honestly. I haven't had QC issues. They're so well made compared to most of the other stuff Mafex puts out. They're really, really good. Next thing we have, apparently we have a lot of variable action heroes in here. Here we have Mewtwo. Much better, I think, aesthetically than the, what was it, D-Arts or SH Figure Arts Mewtwo, but not as posable and definitely has a few problems, so I would not recommend this over that one. It does have a few benefits. I have reviewed it. You can check that out, but as far as I'm concerned, the Pokken tournament figures, big bust, big time letdown. I don't know if I even have Lucario. Yeah, I do. Lucario is in some ways better than the other one, the older one, but in many ways not. There's a reason this line died so fast. They were very expensive and not very good figures. They were good enough, and if you're really into Pokemon, then go ahead and pick them up, I guess. But definitely not as good as they should have been for the price. Ooh, alright, I told you guys in the last video, I think I used Whippy stands occasionally. And the reason I have them in this box is because I use them more so with my, oh man, they're all taken out. Well, not completely. I use them mostly with the variable action heroes because they're a little bit taller. They're doll stands, technically. I don't know if you can even buy these anymore, but it's just a round flat base with an acrylic upright and then 2 different size clips. And they're just really basic stands, and that's why I like them. I don't like these stands that take up all kinds of space in the shelf or in the display. You just set this on there. It's only for support. It's not really meant for like crazy dynamic posing. It's just super basic. But for taller figures, it's really handy. And if you balance it just right, I like to take just the base, just the round part, and the upright, and like shove that into somebody's cape, like right like under here. So it's just wedged into the cape, and it'll hold him up off the ground to like a levitating pose for M. Bison, for instance. Something like that. That would be with his coat skirt piece. They're really handy. I don't know if you can still get them, but I only ever got them on eBay. So you might want to check there if you're looking for some basic stands that are super clear acrylic. They don't take up any space really either. Okay, let's continue through the Variable Action Heroes One Piece. We do have other things in here. This is probably the worst One Piece figure that came out ever. It's Perona. And if you guys are not familiar with One Piece, which I'm guessing a lot of you aren't, the character designs are crazy, and it is like they took whatever ideas they had in their heads and put it into the show. And this girl is like some kind of ghost lady, and she's very weird. But the figure is loaded with really good details. It's well made in some respects, but in others it falls apart all the time. It's very hard to balance. It's not that good. Speaking of figures that aren't that good, is this it? Here's another one. This guy also riddled with problems. Bucci, is that his name? Rucci. I couldn't remember his name. Rob Lucci. I think they call him Lucci because of the RL thing. Anyway, there's some good stuff about it. All of the VAH figures have some good things. Mostly the sculpts are excellent. Sculpts and paint are usually pretty darn good, but they really fall apart in the articulation department. This guy's jacket, for instance, it falls off very easily, and he's very loose. But the VAH line, it's like really good in some ways, and then it does drop the ball. So it's kind of a weird thing. Here's Zoro, one of the better figures partly, and then in other ways, one of the worst. There's so many hit or miss things on this line. It's very disappointing, and I think that's why the line pretty much died. I guess technically they still have the license last time I checked, so there could be more figures, but it kind of died. As far as I'm concerned, it's dead. We haven't heard anything in a long time. We'll see. Then we have Shanks. He's another one that's like half good and half bad. There's only a few that are like all the way good, but they are gorgeous. They're so well sculpted and well painted. They look like little statues. They tend to have so many problems that it's a problem. Here we have Luffy, one of the more all-around good figures. He's got some loose joints, and some cracking happens at his crotch where you bend his pants up, like in the jeans of his crotch. The plastic cracks a little bit, or it can. But he is all around a solid release, which is good because he's probably one of the ones most people are going to want to pick up. But still has problems. And then here's another one that I think most people are going to want to pick up for a couple of reasons. Boa Hancock. She's actually one of the stronger figures. It's not just because of the cleavage, I promise. It's just a really good release. And it does have problems, like holding this effect piece. Where is it? Over here. Holding the effect piece is difficult, and the figure does have balance issues, not surprisingly. But it's really well put together, well painted, sculpted well. It matches the character design, but does have problems. Now here's one that's surprisingly good. Usopp, post time skip Usopp. I think that's the only one we got for him. I can't think of any real problems on him. He's a fairly solid release, which is odd because it's Usopp. I wonder how you guys feel about Usopp. I hated him in the beginning when he was all whiny all the time, but then I started not hating him, and he was kind of funny, and I don't know, my opinion changed, but figure's one of the better ones. Okay, here we go, Crocodile, another good one. Not too much to complain about this guy. It's a strong release. He's bigger, he has nice sculpt work, a nice effect part. Honestly, this line is one of my favorite lines, not because of One Piece, but because of the fact that they made the figures accurate to the show. They had effect parts, lots of interchangeable hands and faces, all well sculpted, all well painted. It was one of the most fun lines to collect that I've participated in. But the QC issues just really killed him, and I think that's what made it not successful. We'll see. I hope they pick it back up. Sanji, he's another one that's really, really solid. I can't think of any real problems with him. You can get pretty good range out of him for kicking, as you can see right back there. There's a lot of good ones here, and I really enjoyed collecting it. I wish they filled out the crew more. We needed a Frankie, we needed a Brooke. Here's Nami. Nami's one of the average ones. She's not especially good, I know what you're thinking if you're not familiar with One Piece. What's with all the boobs and stuff? They're pirates. They are on a boat in the ocean, so there's lots of like swimsuit type attire. Even the guys, like you saw the guy who's wearing a shirt open with jean shorts. Like that's just the way it is. They're not all like that, obviously, but some are. This guy's got full-on pirate gear or Halloween costume gear. I don't know why he's drawn this way, but he is. He's one of the better figures also. Not a whole lot wrong with him. Sabo. Not bad. One Piece is one of those shows where if you don't know about it, if you haven't watched it, if you haven't gotten into it, you just think it's weird and bad. But then once you get into it, you're like, I can see the appeal. It's basically a fantasy world of a fantasy world. It's just anything you can think of could be in that universe, and that's what makes it so appealing. And the characters are really well developed, surprisingly. So that's good. We'll get into more of those in a minute, but first, let's go ahead and talk about the Nendo Kirby. The best Kirby ever, definitely. It's fully articulated as much as a Kirby can be. The magnetic feature is awesome. The texture on him is awesome. The accessories are good enough. It is the Kirby you want to get if you're trying to get a Kirby figure for a Smash collection or just like a retro Nintendo collection or a Kirby collection. You want to get the Nendoroid Kirby. That's the one to get. Sonic, this is an Nendoroid Sonic. It's definitely not the right shape for Sonic because it's Nendoroid, but as far as I'm concerned, at this scale, unless they ended up releasing one at like regular retail that was about this size for a Smash collection, this is probably your best bet, unfortunately. The other ones are too small. Excuse me. The other ones that I've seen are too small or too big. Doesn't fit in with the Smash figures like Figma, SH Figure Arts. So you have to go this route. If there is one that's like 4.5 inches, 5 inches tall, that's like standard Sonic Adventure 2 type Sonic, give or take, or like Sonic 1. I guess any of the lankier Sonics, since that's what he looks like in Smash, even though it's not Sonic Adventure 2 shoot. Anyway, any type of Sonic like that, let me know, but I don't know about it. Alright, here we go. We can look at these real quick. These are the variable Action Hero display stands, which are similar to the Whippies in that they're just kind of like a clear bottom. They're a little milkier. They do have some hinges, but you can extend them. So they're useful. They're not sturdy enough really for dynamic posing, but they are sturdy enough to support a tall figure that falls over easily, which is like most of the VAH figures. So that's why I have a handful of those. They're also really cheap. Okay, next up we have Mihawk. Is that his name? That's his name, right? Yeah, Dracul Mihawk. This one's actually one of the not so great figures, unfortunately. It's just, there's lots of nice details. You can see like the paisley pattern in his shirt. He's got all kinds of good details, but it's hard to pose him. He tends to fall over a lot. He's got loose joints. The sword is huge, obviously, so it's very difficult for him to carry it. Riddled with issues. Ace, the best figure in the line by far. All around, I can't really think of anything wrong with it. I mean, some joints could be tighter, but the sculpt is fantastic, and the paints are fantastic. The accessories are fantastic. He poses well. This is one of the best figures ever released as far as I'm concerned. From any company, for the price, it's incredibly well done. So very, very good. Here's the other version of Zoro, which is also an excellent release. A few things they could change about it, but it's another really good one. Very pleased with this. I think this one's a better release than the post-time skip version where where he's shirtless and has the robe on. I think this one's a better figure. Poses well. It doesn't have too many loose joint issues. Good paints. Really no complaints. I like that. Alright, next one is another one of the females. Nico Robin. This is also one of the better releases. It doesn't have too many loose joint issues, really good paints, really good sculpts. They could have done a better job in a few places, but all in all, can't complain. Nothing really special about it, but there's just nothing really wrong with it either, so have to be happy with that. Okay, here's yellow shirt Luffy, which is pre-time skip, of course. I think the post-time skip Luffy is better figure. There's a few things like joint issues and things like that that make it better, but this one's not bad at all. If you want the pre-time skip in the yellow, get it. You'll be happy. You'll be perfectly happy with it. We should have blue in here also. Did they not make a blue one? Why don't I have a blue one? Did they not make it? Now I don't remember. I'm gonna have to look that up. Alright, so here's Tony Chopper. Tony Chopper. That's his name, right? It's been a while since I watched One Piece. Yeah. So like I said, the craziest things you could think of. This is a human-dog hybrid type person. Antler. Not antler. It has antlers. He's a deer. I think he's just a deer. He's not a dog. It's weird. It's really weird, but he takes these little pills that make him turn into like the Hulk and stuff. So yeah, like I said, crazy show. Super weird. But it's a solid enough figure for what it is. Like, he's tiny and bulbous, but it's fine. And then we have Trafalgar Law. Unfortunately, one of the more flawed figures, very loose. His coat is not well done. Decent paint, decent accessory, but he falls over if you look at him too hard. So unfortunately, a little bit of a bummer. Also, the outfit they chose is kind of weird for him. I don't know why they did that, but it is a figure nonetheless. We have two more completely unrelated things. Here's Wonder Woman. SH Figure Arts Wonder Woman from, I think this was BVS, right? Or Justice League. This was Justice League. It's not great. It's good enough. I don't know. I'll probably get rid of it. I don't really want it. I didn't know I still had it. Same thing with this. This is the SH Figure Arts Batman from Justice League. It's not good. It's really bad. It can be made to be a good figure, but it looks terrible. None of the images on the back indicate what it looks like as a figure. It's bad compared to the other one that I showed you, the Mafex one. It's really not good. All right, next up we have Meta Knight. Just to go with Kirby and to go with your Smash Brothers collection, you need to have this. It's not perfect, obviously, because it is an Nendoroid, so the proportions are a little bit weird. But if you're looking for a Smash collection spot filler, this is as good as you're gonna get. It's close enough, obviously, because of it being a round ball. And it's really well done. It works just like Kirby. Very pleased with this. Definitely get it if you're looking for a Kirby. Now this one's a little bit more contentious. This is the Nendoroid Wind Waker Link. There is a World of Nintendo Wind Waker Link that's probably more accurate because this one's the bulbous and stocky and the other one's lanky like Link is in the game. But this one's higher quality, that's why I have it, and I don't really care about Wind Waker Link in the first place. But there is a better one, but this one is much higher quality than the World of Nintendo. Better in terms of accuracy is what I was saying. Okay, and then the last thing in the box, which means apparently either I have another box of One Piece figures or they never made Luffy in red. Did I say blue earlier? I meant red. This outfit, where is it? Normally there's one of these where he's wearing red and blue, isn't there? Am I remembering totally wrong? Pre-time skip Luffy. Red and blue, right? Red shirt, blue pants. Anyway, I don't have it apparently. So, I know the yellow is a thing. I'm gonna have to look into that. Anyway, the last one. One of my personal favorite figures. It's one of my biggest action figures. Ugh. Edward Newgate, Whitebeard. He's humongous. He's super well sculpted, super well painted, very well articulated, comes with giant accessories. It's just, this line was such a good line in so many ways. It's really a bummer that they aren't really making figures anymore. I mean, I know they are doing stuff, but they didn't continue the One Piece line, so I'm very bummed out about that. I hope they do. Maybe they will. I don't know. It was such a good line in so many ways. It was kind of like Soda, only it was really expensive and high-end stuff, where a Soda was like at the $20 price point, 15 bucks at the time. But either way, it had that same kind of feel, like they really cared about what they were making, and most companies don't do that these days, so it's kind of a bummer. But that's it for this box, guys. Thanks for watching the unboxing. Let me know if any of these things tickle your fancy, if you want me to review them, if you can answer any of the questions I had about like Sonic or about Luffy, if there's a blue one, like a regular color version. You can let me know about that. Let me know if you want me to review any of them again, or just what you like seeing, or what you want me to do next. I still have Dragon Ball. I still have Storm collectibles. I still have a bunch of domestic stuff. I have all kinds of stuff still. Play arts to unbox, Halo stuff. Let me know what you want to see, and we'll do that. But otherwise, that's it for this video. So thanks for tuning in. Check out Into the AM. They make really, really good shirts. I love them. I love them a bunch. My wife loves it when I wear them. So for those of you guys out there who have a wife and you want to make her happy, this might do it. Or if you're trying to find a wife, this might help. So check that out, and give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. That's fine too. I don't really care because YouTube doesn't really care. So do whatever you want. But you might want to subscribe because I do have new videos almost every single day, and for the days I don't, I have thousands. All of these things have been reviewed, and thousands others, literally, are on the channel just waiting for you to watch. So you can come back for all of that. In the meantime, keep collecting.